I'm told that I have the opportunity to be joined via phone link from Nairobi by my colleague Abdushakur Aboud, VOA Swahili service. Good evening, Shakur.
Good evening, Shaka.
I am hugely terrific. How are you in Nairobi, my friend? Having a good time there?
Wonderful now that everything is starting at zero. When they're starting to count the election, the results for the president, I think people are now waiting anxiously to see what's going to happen.
So we shouldn't worry about the earlier provisional results in which Uhuru Kenyatta seemed to be running away from the field.
Yeah, definitely. Those are totally forgotten. According to what Hassan, the chairperson of the IEBC, he made it very clear at around 7 o'clock East African time that they are now starting officially to release presidential election results. And it's going to be released constituency after constituency. They have 290 plus 1, which is the diaspora. So they're going to have 290 constituencies which are going to announce the election results. So once the results are announced, those are going to be the official results. What they announced before, we can forget about it.
Talk to me, Shakur. Earlier you told me that you had actually been to Bomas at the Electoral Nerve Center. Talk to us about what you saw there. What was the mood there?
There was a mood of confusion at that center because at that center, I think this is the second time I've seen the biggest election in Africa covered by every news media. So just imagine the amount of journalists. There are 5,000 journalists recorded. And when they were coming in, they were trying to get in all the journalists together with the representative from each party. Because we should remember that following the failure yesterday of the electronic system, today they had to bring in all the heads of the constituency, but at the same time they had to bring in political representatives. So each party wanted to have its own representative at the counting table, and they created a confusion. Each one wanted the tally to be done differently, and at one point the chairman, Hassan, had to come down on the floor to count people off, took 2 delegates from each party, went to his office, and they discussed, and the result was, after their discussion, they agreed how to continue counting, and that's when we saw the counting started. When I left there, it was around 7:30. They had already counted 5 constituencies, and Raila Odinga was leading with 88,000, while Uhuru Kenyatta had 44. But that number has been changing every hour. So we are really not going to say who is going to take the lead until the end of the night. And he made it very clear that the results, people should not expect results before Friday.
Now, you know as well as I do, of course, that we are now talking about manual physical counting, correct?
Yes, yes.
And you have to have more than 290 returning officers coming physically to Nairobi with the almighty certificates. About how many so far can you establish that have arrived in the capital?
Up to now in the capital today, 150 have arrived, and we're expecting 140 to arrive tomorrow. And when they're talking of physical, they're not counting physically the ballots. What they're counting is the numbers they bought from each polling station, and they're adding it up together. So they're adding the total amount of polling stations and putting them in each constituency, and then it will come together and they bring it to the county, because there are 47 counties, 290 constituencies. So each constituency will announce its results, and then they add it all up, and then we'll get the results.
What about the security considerations of those particular individuals carrying those almighty certificates, Shakur?
It's highly, highly secured. You have to pass a lot of security checkpoints before you even get into the big auditorium. They have put special police force there. I can see, I think those are military, and actually the media today were given special passes. Each media organization was given 2 passes to be able to go in. Up to yesterday, we could go in with the normal registration passes, but from today, they gave out 100 passes for each media affiliate to be able to go in and out. So it is highly secured, this place.
How anxious, Shakur, are people in terms of waiting for the results?
People are, people are really anxious, because one point when you can say people are anxious, everything is at a slow pace in Nairobi. It's 9 o'clock, all the restaurants are closed. Roads, matatus are not in the road. So it indicates people are either afraid or each one is running to the home to see the results. But in reality, I went to Nakuru, the city is quiet. In Nairobi, business is quiet. And when you talk to business people have been talking around, they're saying everybody is afraid. They don't know what's going to come out. Everybody is still talking of peace, but at the same time, they're saying now, like the Odinga people I'm hearing is saying, oh, you see now, it is our chance. They wanted to steal the elections. Now the right procedure is going on. While at the same time, you hear the Uhuru people are saying, well, we were doing well. They want to stop us to win. So each one has his own tune, and we'll see at the end of the day what will come out.
Final question, Shakur. How come it has actually turned out to be a 2-horse race? Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta. What about the other 6? What happened? And today, Kenyans.
There are a lot of issues, and that's what everybody is talking. One single thing. The Constitution was written to avoid tribalism. But this election, you talk to anybody, it has brought back tribalism in such a way that it looks like you have to affiliate yourself with the big 2 tribes, the Luo or the Kikuyu. So you have the Code and the Jubilee. The others have not been able to face it. So it is simple. The thing is, the equation, most of the people are saying it's a question of tribalism. Who are you going to align yourself with to win? And that's what has happened.
So this actually has been really an election on the messenger as opposed to the message.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shakur. That information, of course, from Abdushakur Aboud, VOA Swahili service, who is reporting, of course, from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi.